Hello, hi, my name is Ricardo Herman McMillan. Today is October the 12th, 2018. I'm doing a little rough outline on neurotransmission, audio and video. I'm 58 years old, legally blind to my left-hand side. I reside in Basin, Wyoming. This is a brief summation and outline of what I'm going to talk about just in the next 5-10 minutes briefly. And purpose of this is to state facts and perhaps get together. Okay, what I want to talk about is I'm going to create, this is about neuro-optical brain thoughts, transmission and reception, also optical. So I decided, you know what, these people have tons of money, billions of dollars. I decided to call it the National Insecurity Agency, NIA. And the regions that I resided in was in Florida, also upstate New York, Monticello, New York, and right now I'm in Basin, Wyoming. Now, voices that I've been hearing, this started approximately in 2012, sometime in 2012 to the present day. I remember I'll talk about specifics. For instance, I remember after making love to my girlfriend, I heard it being repeated back to me and hearing her lovemaking sounds. That's one thing. Then I did things of sexual nature, and this black woman said, "Hey, that's the most disgusting thing I ever seen." Other things, let's say, that was in Orlando, Florida, 2012. And so that was 2012 to about 2013 in Orlando, Florida. That's when I first started hearing these voices. Now, other specifics, when I moved to Monticello, lived there for 2.5 years, from 2013 to 2016. I did some more sexual innuendo things to myself. And I remember this one time I came back and I heard this girl, she's like a white girl. She's like, "Oh, he's a fag." So that kind of offended me at the time. And I took my shovel out and I pounded it on the pavement thinking it was my next door neighbor, but it wasn't because he's black. Anyhow, things like that. And then I had put on religious tapes to stop the voices from they're basically grown-up bullies. We're talking about scientists, biologists, neurosciences. But right now I just want to state facts. So that took place in Monticello, New York. And for instance, they had the ability to, I had 2 safes at the time. They had the ability to dictate to me the last 2 numbers, or actually the entire 3 numbers of the safe when I used to open it. And then they made fun of me for not having a registered firearm in the state of New York. So there was a man, he said he was going to call the cops on me, blah, 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 have me arrested. So I went to the police station, I spoke to them in Monticello. And then I came back and I decided to destroy the 2 weapons that I had. One was a .38 revolver, Colt .38, that I inherited from my father. The other one was a 9mm handgun. It was a Beretta that I bought legally in Florida for $750. Anyhow, I destroyed those 2 with my bench vise and a hacksaw, sledgehammer, and I had a little Dremel, cut it all up, except for the serial numbers. So then I contacted the New York State troopers. They came to my house. I gave them the remnants of the 2 weapons, but I also told them about the serial numbers just still intact. So they took them, and took the magazines. That's one incident. there's just hundreds, there's thousands actually. But these are facts. So that's documented with the New York State Troopers in Monticello, New York. That was back in 2013, 2015, somewhere around there. Right now I'm living here in Basin, Wyoming. I wanted to mention regions because the voices I've been hearing took place in 3 states: Florida, New York, Wyoming. Here in Wyoming, Basin, Wyoming, I've been hearing things like shoot the Indian, shoot the Indian. Because I'm Hispanic. I've only been living here 1 year. And I heard this child say, shoot the Indian, shoot the Indian. And most people here are white in complexion. Okay, so that's that. Another one is sexual, race, and income. Based on your income, I'm on Social Security disability because I'm legally blind to my peripheral left. It's called homonymous hemianopia. And so I did contact the police, both in Orlando and Monticello, New York. I also called up the FBI, spoke with people on the phone. I wrote to the CIA online, and the VA, they interviewed me with my sister present in Orlando. I told them about the voices. Now, I'm also HIV positive, have been since 1991. I'm on Genvoya, and I'm legally blind to my peripheral left. The MRI they gave me at the Veterans Administration indicated that there was a lesion, white matter lesion, on the back right side of my occipital lobe in the brain. That's what they gave me, a text printout. They never physically have shown me the MRI. Have shown me. Get the pun. Okay. Anyhow, that's the ears, or cochlea. The voices that we hear can be transmitted to our ears microscopically through satellite systems, infrared, or other forms of transmission reception. Of course, they have a microphone in our body somewhere, and also I wanted to talk about neurons. Our neurons, both our eyes and our ears. Once that information passes through, it then gets transmitted to ganglion cells in the neurons, and they transmit similar to field effect junction transistors. And we're talking about billions of them. These are very professional people, and it's a high amount group with endless amount of cash. The other thing I want to talk about is vision. Now, I'm legally blind. However, sometimes when I stand still and I look directly at myself or an object, I can see something scanning very, very slowly from left to right. But it's transparent. It's very transparent. So, I got 23 years of electronics background, various manufacturing companies, LaCroix Digital Storage Oscilloscopes in upstate New York. I worked there for 5 years. RFL. I worked for Hewlett-Packard, Agilent Technologies, bench technician, reading schematics, talking to software engineers, and anyhow, so they can communicate by satellite, infrared, ultraviolet, other. And it's these group of people, scientists, neurologists, hackers, they outsource, they operate 24/7, and only money fights money. So we're not, this is not going to stop. And also they may have diplomatic immunity. The ages and the races vary of the people who are involved. Men, women, even a child, 12 years old, or so. black, white. Oh, and by the way, they have the ability to. I was learning español. Hablo un poquito español, pero necesito más aprender español. So I was learning español for 3 semanas, 3 weeks. And of course, I wake up one morning, it's Buenos dias outside my door. There's nobody out there. So what I'm saying to this is a brief summation. What we can do is, as a community, this is the United States of America. I spent 3 years in the Army, peacetime, 1978 to 81. We can join together. My email is rmcmillan86@outlook.com. So it's there on the bottom. rmcmillan86@outlook.com. And if any of you rocket scientists out there have ideas, people laughed at the Model T Ford when it first came out. Technology is here to stay. And what better subject to have than the human body? As kids, we play with hamsters, or cats, or a dog in the backyard. You got a lot of bored scientists out there getting paid a lot of money, man. We are their little tiny little subject matters. But you know what? I'm done with all this stuff. So they try to create an insecurity, and it doesn't happen anymore. One lady's pissed off at my Kirby vacuum cleaner. I paid $389 for it. It's used. She was pissed off that I paid $389 for a vacuum cleaner and I didn't pick up a prostitute. Because I haven't gotten laid in like almost 2 years. But okay, that's it for now. So once again, let's start the National Insecurity Agency. Maybe one of you guys can come up with ideas with a blog, a video place, something like the National Rifle Association, but not that. National Insecurity Agency, where we can get together, talk about things, either video-wise, email, whatever ideas you guys come up with. Only the other people who are being intercepted with these audio and visual transmission, they call it torture, but I'm not using that word torture. In fact, I Ricardo Herman McMillan, I embrace it now. I invite them into my life. Okay, have a good day. Bye.